Hello and welcome to today's social studies lesson. So first of all guys, let's turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take two fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps and close our eyes. When you're ready guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low. Touch our toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave side to side. And then back down to touch our toes once more. Okay guys, and then let's shake it out. Arms and legs, shake it out. Then we'll do some rotations. Let's rotate left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. Now we'll take our right hand and find our left foot. Take our left hand, find our right foot. Take our right hand, find our left foot. Then left hand and right foot once more. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Excellent, guys. And then let's have another shake. Shake it out once more. And to finish, we'll do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So in our previous social studies lesson, we learned about a particular type of philosophy that the former king of Thailand introduced for Thai people, for them how to live in Thailand. Now, can anybody remember the name of this philosophy? Quite a long sentence, so it's quite hard to say. It's called the philosophy of sufficiency economy. Yes, so let's write that title on the board first. Philosophy, Philosophy. Now the word philosophy means a particular way of thinking, and the former king of Thailand introduced this way of thinking to help Thai people improve their lives and situations. So philosophy of sufficiency, UFFICIENCY, and then economy, ECONOMY. Quite a long phrase. So we'll say it together. Philosophy of sufficiency, economy. And in our previous lesson, we learned about some of the ways and some of the aspects in which the former king of Thailand wants Thai people to live and how they can improve their situations. Can anybody remember any of them ways? Money was one, yes. What the former king, the philosophy says, is try not to spend too much money. Live within our means. If we have 50 baht for our lunch, we shouldn't look to spend any more than 50 baht. Only spend the money that we have available so as not to get into debt. So excellent start, guys. Money was one of the most important aspects. MONEY. And what we wanted to do was to avoid debt. Any other ideas? Helping, yes. Thai people are very kind. And one of the best ways that we can improve our situation for everyone is to help each other. If our neighbours, our friends, or our family members have a problem, then we should look to help them. And that way we can improve all of our situations together. So another way, help other. Excellent, guys. 2 very good reasons to begin. Now, any more? Again? Goods, yes, goods and services. We should try to create our own goods and services. And one of the main ways that Thai people can look to do this is through farming. We can try to grow our own food, or even sometimes keep animals, because some animals produce goods such as eggs, meat, and milk. And if we have them animals on our farm or near our home, we don't need to buy them. We can just produce them. So we can produce goods ourselves. We don't need to go to the shops and we don't need to go to market to buy certain things if we can produce them ourselves. And some of the good examples, like I've said, food such as meat, milk, and eggs. All of these things come from animals that we can keep on the farm. Can anybody think of the animals? Yes, what type of animals? Where do we get eggs from? Chicken. Fish we can eat. Don't get eggs from fish. How about milk? What animals do we get milk from? Cows, yes. All of these animals, cows, chickens, fish, pigs, all live on the farm. So if we have them, we can produce our own goods. Now, any other ideas? Farming. Yes, farming comes back to producing our own goods and services. Now, who starts with the philosophy of sufficiency economy? Who does it begin with? Do we need a large group to do the philosophy of sufficiency economy? No. The philosophy of sufficiency economy can begin with one person. It can be one person on our own helping to improve our own situation. So we can have one person can do the philosophy. But then, is it only one person who can do it? How about us in this room together now? Could we employ the philosophy of sufficiency economy in our classroom? What do we think? Yes, of course we can. If we all have the same way of thinking, we can do the philosophy of sufficiency economy in groups. And what we can do, we can go on even further and we can do it in villages. And then, if all of the villages do it together, we can even do it in the whole of Thailand, a country. So you see how the philosophy of sufficiency economy has many different aspects that can be employed by everybody in Thailand, starting from just one person and working its way up to the entire country. So some good answers, guys. We've got money and debt. Don't spend too much money that you get in debt. Help each other. Yes, we should do this all the time, constantly through our lives. And it's one of the main aspects of philosophy of sufficiency economy. And another big way, which we'll learn more about today, produce goods ourselves. Even other things like clothes. It doesn't have to be food. We can make our own clothes. And sometimes even our own vehicles. And one other aspect is farming. And remember, philosophy of sufficiency economy can start with just one person. We can look to do it by ourselves. And then, as we join together with friends or family, we can do it in groups, and even larger groups such as villages, until eventually, hopefully, the entire country of Thailand is employing this philosophy that the former king introduced. Guys, that was excellent, very well remembered. Now, what we're going to do in today's lesson is we're staying with philosophy of sufficiency economy, but we're going to look at the ways in which we can employ it in our own lives, because we're going to be looking at the application of the sufficiency of a philosophy of sufficiency economy. An application means the way in which we can do it for ourselves. So what we've got now is a PowerPoint presentation for our students to observe, listen to, and also practice speaking of the application of philosophy of sufficiency economy. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, please, guys. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation about application of the philosophy of sufficiency economy. And like you can see in the picture here, we can see some Thai people in the picture. Does anybody know what they are doing? They are farming. Yes. Now, what sort of crops do you think they are farming? Rice. One of the main exports of Thailand is rice. And by growing our own rice certainly means we don't need to buy it and we can sell it on to other people. So this is an example of the philosophy of sufficiency economy through farming. There are 4 main ways we can apply the philosophy of sufficiency economy in our daily lives. So 4 main ways, guys. Let's have a look at these 4 main ways now, one by one. The first one, consumption. Now, consumption is another word for use. For example, if we eat food, we consume food. That's consumption. If we buy clothes and wear clothes, we use clothes. That's consumption of clothes. Consumption is the big term we give for the use of different things. As you can see in the picture here, lots of different fruits. We should consume in moderation and try to produce our own food and clothes. Yes. Now this word here, moderation, that means to only use or eat much as we need. Don't eat too much, because that way you'll get fat. And what we should also try to do is produce our own food, which means make food ourselves if we can. If we can make our own food, we don't need to buy it, and therefore we can save money. And the same with clothes too. If we can make our own clothes, we don't need to buy as many. Now, who can tell what food is on the plate here? Pad Thai. This is a very famous type of Thai dish, which is like fried noodles. And this is Pad Thai. We should also try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Like we said earlier in the recap of the previous lesson, one of the main ways we can save money is by creating our own foods, such as milk from cows or meat and eggs from other animals, such as chickens and pigs. And even here, we can have our own transport. Look at the way that these people are traveling on the carriage pulled by the horses. That means there's no need for a car. They no need to waste money on fuel because they have their animals to help them get around. The second way, expenditure. Now, what expenditure means, that means to spend money. Expenditure is spending. And the philosophy of sufficiency economy tells us not to spend too much. We should reduce, repair, and recycle goods whenever possible to conserve resources. Yes, we've heard of the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. But there's also a 4th R, repair, which means if things are broken or need fixing, we can repair them. We should also try to save and store things to use in days of shortage. Yes. Now what that means is that if we have lots of something, don't use it all at once, because there might be a time in the future when there is none. And that way, if we save it and put it in a safe place, when there's a shortage, we can use it then. And the third way, decrease expenditure. Yes, this is looking at ways that we can reduce spending and things that we use, such as in the picture here, the lights. We all know already, if we leave a room, don't just leave the light on, turn off that light. We should turn off water and electricity when we are not using them. Now, we've learned previously how this helps with air pollution and water pollution. But another way it helps is expenditure. If we leave a tap running all the time, that costs money. If we leave a light on all the time, that costs money. So what we need to do is turn these things off to reduce expenditure. We should also try to fix broken things so that we can use them again. Yes, if we have things that are broken, such as clothes, if we have a rip in our clothes or a hole in our shoe, we don't need to buy new ones. We can repair and use them again. And the same with some household goods too. Not everything that is broken needs throwing away. Some of them can be fixed. And then the final one, charity, which means being kind. Always try to be kind with everybody you meet. We should help our fellow humans as much as possible. Because if everybody helps each other, everyone will live better lives. From the youngest of babies to the oldest of old age people, we should always look to help them. Anybody we think needs our help, try to help them. And then, if you need their help, hopefully they will help you too. That way, none of us will lack the basic necessities of life. Yes, if everybody helps each other, everybody will have what they need to get through life comfortably. And these are the 4 main ways of the application of the philosophy of sufficiency economy. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was excellent. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the application of the philosophy of sufficiency economy PowerPoint. so that we can learn more about the four main aspects of applying this philosophy to our daily lives. And coming up, we've got a flashcard exercise and a worksheet too for our students to understand a little bit more. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, I think we'll have a game of teacher says. So if teacher says, we can do. If teacher doesn't say, don't do. So guys, hands on head. Teacher says, touch your knees. Teacher says, hands in the air. Hands down. Teacher says, rotations, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And teacher says, walking on the spot. Teacher says, arms in the air. Teacher says, side to side. Teacher says, forwards and backwards. And stop. Teacher says, stop. And now teacher says, let's go into a little ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. Teacher says, jump. Excellent, guys. And teacher says, please sit down. And what we've got now is a flashcards exercise for our students to work together in pairs or small groups to practice forming sentences together about the application of the philosophy of sufficiency economy. So teachers, what you'll need to do is print off 2 sets of flashcards. The first set, just attach tape because we're going to stick them to the board. And the second set, put them all into individual words. And then we'll give our teams of students 1 set of words each and see if they can practice forming the sentences together. Then once they've done it, we can practice speaking too. But first of all, we need to introduce our paragraphs and sentences. So the first one, guys, we should reduce, repair, and recycle whenever possible to conserve resources. Yes, now that word there, conserve, means to save. We try to save things. And that's our first sentence today. We should turn off water and electricity when we are not using them. For example, later when we all go for lunch, we will turn off the light in this room because if nobody's here, we don't just leave the light on. The next sentence we have, we should try to fix broken things so that we can use them again. For example, I have a shirt here. If the button falls off the shirt, should I throw the shirt away? Yes. No. All we need to do is to fix the shirt by putting the button back on. Then I can wear the shirt again. And that's what we mean by fix broken things. We should try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Now what rearing means, it means to take care, look after the animals so that they can produce the things we need, such as pigs with pork, chickens with eggs, and cows with milk. And then we have one more sentence, guys. We should consume in moderation and produce our own food and clothes. Okay, so we have our 5 sentences regarding the application of philosophy of sufficiency economy. What we're going to do now is put our students into teams of 2 or teams of 3 for large students. So we've got Lacau and Bangpon, team 1. Prel and Down, team 2. Chu, Nadia, team 3, Pat, Pak Bung, and Net, team 4. They're all going to be given a broken up sentence of one of these phrases, then work together to correctly form the sentence. Once they're ready, they will practice speaking the sentence. And then once everybody's done, we can swap sentences. So first of all, time for the sentences. So team 1, here's yours, but no touching yet. Wait till everybody's ready. Team 2, this one's for you.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. And then teams 3 and 4. Okay, so team 3, here comes your sentence. And now, team 4, you're welcome. So team 1, ready? Team 2? Team 3? Team 4? Go. So have a look, guys. Your sentences are on the board. Which ones do you have? Notice they all start, we should. So the first 2 words every time, we should. So try to look for the key words. Put out and down have electricity. So it's this one. Look for the key words in your sentence. Perfect. We should consume in moderation and produce our own food and clothes. Excellent, guys. We should turn off water and electricity when we are not using them. Brilliant, guys. Well done. We should try to fix broken things so that we can use them again. Brilliant. Excellent. Well done, Net. Well done, Pat. And now, team 3. We should try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Well done, Nadia. Very well spoken. Okay, guys, so now that we've all done our sentences, you can collect them together and then pass them to the team on your left. And when we're all ready, we can practice again. So teachers, you can see the activity we're doing in our classroom. Pause the video now and do the same activity with your students. And remember each time to move your sentences to the left. So Pak Bung, I'll take yours and I will pass to. So remember, guys, they all start we should and then find our keywords after that. We should. We should consume in moderation and produce our own food and clothes. Excellent, guys. Well done. Okay, team 1. We should try to fix broken things so that we can use them again. Well done, guys. Very good. Okay, team 3. We should turn off water and electricity when we are not using them. Well done, guys. And team 4. We should try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Well done, guys. Very well spoken. Okay, guys, well done. And what we'll do, pass the cards to the team on our left again. Team 2 ready? Team 1 ready? Team 3 ready? Team 4 ready? Go. Fix, broken. Okay, so Nadia, This one. Wow. Should try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Well done, guys. Okay, well done. We should consume in moderation and produce our own food and clothes. Excellent, guys. We should try to fix broken things so that we can use them again. Excellent, guys. Well done. And then team 4. We should turn off water and electricity when we are not using them. Brilliant, guys. Well done. Excellent. Okay, time for one more final round. So pass the cards to the team to your left one more time so that everybody and every team gets to practice some of the more sentences. So team 1, that's for you. But remember, wait till we're all ready. Nadia, nearly ready? Okay. Team 3, ready? Team 3, ready? Team 2? Ready. Team 1? Ready. Team 4? Ready. Oh, final round. We should consume, we should try to, not consume, we should consume in moderation. We should turn off water and electricity when we are not using them. Okay? We should consume in moderation and produce our own food and clothes. Excellent, guys. Well done. Team 2, we should try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Brilliant, guys. And team 3, we should try to fix broken things so that we can use them again. Brilliant. Guys, that was excellent. Give yourselves all a big round of applause. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure every student in your class gets their own worksheet, which looks like this. It's a series of questions about the application of philosophy of sufficiency economy. All of these sentences were included in the PowerPoint presentation, but now they all have a word missing, or the final one has 2. What we need to do is choose the correct word by writing it in the space to correctly complete each of the sentences. So give our students around 10 to 12 minutes to complete this, and then we can practice speaking at the end. Well, first of all, guys, names on top. So Lakau, this one's for you. You're welcome. Flo, here's yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And down for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Chu, this one for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nadia, this one's yours.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Pat, for you.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Net, this one's for you.
Thank you, teacher.
And Pak Bung, this one's for you. Okay, guys, so names on top. Some of them already on the board. You can read some of the examples already. Anything you're not sure about, just ask me. Like, for example, number 1, we should consume in moderation and try to produce our own food and What do we think? We should consume in moderation and try to produce our own food and clothes. Yes. So we can cross clothes off the list and you can put that into the answer for number 1. You only need each word one time, guys. So after you've used it, cross it out. So let go, remember, if the button falls off the shirt, you can put it back on. Well done. Animal. Okay, Nadia. We should try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Yes. Number 2, animals. Well done, Ned. So then number 3, reduce, reuse, repair, and what? Recycle. Excellent, Prel. All the R's. Reduce, reuse, repair, recycle. Save and store things to use in days of shortage. Now, what shortage means, it means that there's not much of that stuff around. That's why we save it in case it gets short. Reduce, reuse, repair, and what's the other R? Recycle. Remember? Excellent, Ned. Well done. We should. This one? Okay. We should save and store things to use in days of shortage. Yeah. Nadia, shortage means when there's not much left. So that's why we save it to use in shortage. Okay. So reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. Try to fix, that's correct, broken things, well done. So number 7, we should help our fellow. So what are we? People, what? Humans. Another word for people is humans. We should help our fellow humans. I can help you, you can help me. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet exercise so that they could correctly complete the different sentences about application of the philosophy of sufficiency economy. My students all did a brilliant job to show their understanding, and we're going to practice speaking for you now. We should consume in moderation and try to produce our own food and clothes. We should try to produce our own milk and meat by rearing animals. Excellent, guys. We should reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle goods when possible to conserve resources. We should save and store things to use in days of shortage. We should turn off water and electricity when we are not using them. We should try to fix broken things so we can use them again. We should help our fellow humans as much as possible. And the final one, there are 4 main ways we can apply the philosophy of sufficiency economy in our daily lives. Guys, that was brilliant. Very well read. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson, and we'll see you again soon for the next one. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Goodbye. See you again soon.